Hey race fans, Alex Weaver here. I'm now going to be joined by the driver of the number 11 for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny, you've had quite the 2020 so far. You got a lot of win stickers there above your window.
Yeah, it's always a good thing. I love stacking them up there on the C post of the car. So I'd like to just keep extending it and a little bit more towards the spoiler. Will be great. But yeah, it's I saw something online that I need one more win to reach a group of just 9 guys that have won 6 in 2 seasons in a row, and those names were pretty impressive. So I want to get to 6 and hopefully get to a much bigger number than that by the end of the year.
Well, let's get into these survey results because guys in the garage took a survey. We're not going to say their names, not going to say their results and who they picked, but you came in 3rd behind Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick for being one of the best active NASCAR drivers right now. What does that say about the parity of this sport that you guys are contending for wins, week in and week out?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, I wouldn't suspect that, I'd be ahead of either one of those 2 guys or even, kind of mentioned, but I think that, our results have been just fantastic over the last 18 months or 19 months now. Over the course of my career, we've got to accomplish a lot of fantastic things that I never would have imagined. There's always a tweet of, well, on this date in 2012 or whatever it might be, I got my 17th win. I'm like, 17? Seems like, how in the world did we rack up another, 25 or 26 since then? So, it's just been a great time here lately, and going to the racetrack knowing that you can win each and every week. And, as a driver, I feel like I've really worked on my game. I've been able to find my weaknesses at certain racetracks and improve and know that I can go to each and every racetrack we have. It doesn't matter what kind of track it is and win. And that's something that maybe early in my career we didn't necessarily have.
Well, now for 2020, the end goal we know for the 11 team is the same as last year, and that's win a championship at the end of this year. But you, among your peers, were listed as the top favorite to win that championship. So no added pressure. But what does it mean for the guys that are competing against you?
It's encouraging because we're on the track together. So they're seeing something that's impressive, and that's great. I mean, all I've ever wanted, honestly, is respect for my peers. And, I think that if they consider you a threat, then to win a championship, then likely they respect you on the racetrack. So I think that we've earned that right to be one of the favorites. I'm not saying it's good or bad to be a favorite. I've gone into championship races before, the favorite, the underdog, and things just haven't worked out for various reasons. But we're going to continue to just keep knocking on that door, and eventually somebody's going to open it for us.
Turn the page on the flip side of the car, however, you're in the driver's seat, but you have a guy atop the pit box who has made your team click on a whole other level with Chris Gabehart. And I know that you guys have such a great relationship when it comes to on track and off track, but he was named as the 2nd best crew chief by drivers in the garage. How do you feel about his results? Because I know that you personally think that he should be number 1.
Absolutely. Well, I'm biased, but he's just done a phenomenal job with our race team from top to bottom. It's funny because when the cars were out there and we're all gridded and we're standing by the race cars getting ready to get in them before race day, there's one pit box that is blaring music, and there's a crew that's dancing and cutting up and having a good time, and it's the 11 team. And I'm just like, well, that's either a lack of control from leadership, or he's just trust those guys so when it's game time, they're going to be ready, and let those guys cut loose, be free, enjoy themselves. And that's his philosophy. And I think that that's a great way to be, because those guys have gone from a mediocre pit crew with the same personnel, a mediocre pit crew last year, to one of the top, if not the top team this year. So he's done a phenomenal job, like I said, from top to bottom, getting the best out of all of his personnel, including his driver.
Well, last question from you. We're going into the month of August, which, as we know, you're locked into the playoffs. So the month of August for you is really finding that edge into the playoffs to get to that championship 4. So what does August look like for Denny Hamlin and the 11 crew?
Offhand, I can think that a goal would be to try to get to 40 bonus points. I feel like if you can do that, then you can kind of solidify yourself as a guy that, as long as doesn't stub his toe in 2 of the 3 playoff races in each round, you're probably going to be okay to make it to the Final 4. But we're going to try to keep stacking them up. I mean, our win goal is well beyond 5. I can tell you that. And we've let a few slip out of our hands this year with Indy and Bristol. But I just, it's one of those seasons where, when I get in the car, I've got so much confidence that, I've got the race winning car under me, regardless of how we're running as an organization, and I drive it that way. So I'm pretty optimistic that August could be a good month for us. We got some great tracks. I know at New Hampshire last year, it was me and Harvick, and then I think we go to Michigan, and I think we ran 1-2 there as well. So I hopefully have some more battles with those guys. We've gotten the best of them here in the last couple, but I'm sure that they're ready and hungry to get us.
I think we have the 11-4 battles to look forward to for the rest of the season. But you do know what happens at the end of New Hampshire and Victory Lane. You know what sea creature is there waiting for you.
But I've petitioned the track to say that lobster is not essential personnel. So.
All right, sounds good to me. Well, I'll be talking to you about the rest of 2020.
Thank you.